let's go ahead and get into everything. So, the group of you have been exploring these somewhat manufactured, somewhat natural-esque tunnels within this large mound of earth, volcanic stone, pardon me, that was north of the trials you had completed to prove your worth to the Kami. We had learned some of the forgotten history of Makwan. You pursued this in the hope that there might be a way for you to make it home. The group of you traveled into the jungle by means of henge from Urcrypt, and do not have a Bodmal stone to re-empower the jungle's henge to allow your journey back. Traveled north and came into something that many of you expected. A Goliath party. A company. Dozens strong. Maybe hundreds. That is sending slaves of various races, it seems like, into this structure. Presumably to stumble around in the darkness until they inadvertently trigger and disable traps with their bodies. The Goliaths are searching for something, some type of rock to do with a convergence. It sounds similar to what you expect, but you're not sure if it's quite the same. So, after 10, your new Owlin companion had scouted this information and returned it to you. Decided you were going to push in ahead of them and try to beat them to their prize by being competent and well-equipped. So, exploration began. You were assailed by a few traps, although some of them definitely seems to have been already sprung. You found the remnants of several companies of gnolls that had been sent in and brutally assailed. Bones snapped, marrow eaten, pretty nasty stuff. As you continued to explore, you found an underground lake with deep mists swirling about it, impenetrable to the eyes. And you solved a puzzle that had to do with two underground sundials, which produced a ring for the group of you to possess. You found and made a tentative bargain with hags. 3 hag sisters, one of whom had been traveling with the group of you in disguise up until the reveal, have requested you deal with the Goliaths. In exchange, they'd let you take the rock that everyone is searching for. They did not confirm whether or not this is the thing that you hope it is, but they alluded to it, the fact that it might be. In exchange, they would not harry your presence within, but they would not be disabling any of their traps and things such of that. They also give you the instructions, something that the parties of Goliath, hopefully, do not have. You need to acquire 4 relics of the Raven Queen to be used in some space to conjure this stone and gain access to it. As you explored, you realized that you had one already, this ring emblazoned with the crest. 2 of you interacted with a series of statues that had a Goliath and an orc turned away. Upon Siegfried and Heloas turning them back into position, both of you fell under a curse. Drew significant attraction between the two of you until Ten recognized this was a little bit weird and dispelled it, at which point a mantle of raven feathers appeared on, I believe we put on you, Hellerest, shoulders. This cloak you've now identified as another item of the Raven Queen's. So you have 2 down and 2 to find. Most recently, you've entered this new space. Aeolus has taken time to examine 3 treasure chests, confirmed none of them are trapped, and the third one definitely did not have any valuables in it that he accidentally lost. But this is where we are picking up.
What now, guys?
Well, we just found the secret doorway, right?
You did.
Yes.
Yes.
We should look inside the room. Must be important if it's hidden.
Yeah.
If it was hidden.
Alright, make me an investigation check.
Who?
You need 2?
Mm,
Who's ever looking into it?
yeah. I only have a +1 to investigation, so I think Dunnan might be the best one.
I have a -1.
That is probably Helly who's the best investigator.
But
right?
he's full of himself, so he went to
No.
win.
Actually, I have a +3.
Okay, yeah, Helly should definitely be doing the investigating.
He's your investigator right now.
Yeah.
Danon still walks in and looks around.
We both rolled 9s.
As you are taking a glance around, the two of you, this appears to be a dry storeroom. There is ample supplies. There is a series of what looks to be about 6 torches that are well maintained.
Ooh, I'm taking that.
Each of you can add 3 rations to your inventory.
I believe I'm still concentrating on detect magic.
I believe you are correct.
Yeah.
Nothing within this chamber is magical.
Okay.
But each of you have an additional 3 rations that you found. There is poultices and herbs. I'm going to add that to Ten's sheet. Used in the creation of an herbalism kit, or a healer's kit, pardon me.
Like one of the charges.
Yeah. 10.
The healer feed is so cool.
But yeah, it appears to be a very cleverly hidden space of storage. Unlike some of the other storerooms that you found throughout the journey here, this does not appear to be ancient. It appears to be well maintained and stocked.
Someone's been down here recently.
Curious. Are there any tracks on the floor?
Yeah,
Hinting that.
could I do a survival check to see if there's, like, if someone has recently been in this room besides us?
You take a glance down. You are skilled enough with tracking to recognize that any type of tracks that would be left on this tile floor here are not going to show up, barring like mud or blood on the people leaving obvious footprints, which you would have noticed immediately.
As I just shrugged to Dunnan. It's hard to tell with these floors here. But
Well, someone must have stored their rations in here. Going back and forth.
We're not too far from the hags either. It's not like the hags wouldn't know that they were here and doing this.
according to the hags, I'm pretty sure they don't eat normal food.
No, I know.
They just had some knoll for breakfast or whatever, so.
I mean, if someone's coming down here, the hags should definitely know. They knew right away when we came in here.
Yeah.
Well, let's be on guard. Was there any other doorway? I think this was
Yeah.
the other doorway we didn't check out.
Correct, yeah. So there's that one to the left, and then the only other one of which you know about that has not yet been explored is pardon me, the other end of the dark corridor, where you were reciting the rhyme to pass through. There was another door in that area.
Yeah, I'll tell Dunnan that should we keep going this way or should we go back and look at a door we passed?
Either or.
We've got to do every door anyway, so.
Yeah, I don't mind either way.
I say let's go this way.
Yeah, alright.
Okay.
Certainly. You can go ahead and proceed. The door is not locked. And you leave the more natural carved walls into a gently sloping room down, and you hear the sound of water gently sloshing against the shore here. It seems you found another tributary towards the lake, presumably.
Mm.
Let me
Do you
double
think
check my
there is
list.
something in the middle of the lake? There are so many ways leading up to that lake.
I wouldn't be surprised. That would be our luck.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to my home. As
What?
the group of you are standing now with the door open, conversing about something, you see a wiry, thin gnome with wisps of hair that look teased up into just this sunburst of a mane of wired, like bright white hair with shoots of gray throughout it. He's got a salt and pepper beard that's sort of patchy in places. Looks like part of it might have been yanked out at one point. He's wearing a pretty tattered looking sort of sleeveless vest over top of a tunic and some curiously stained brown pants. And some leather shoes. He carries no belt, no weapons of any sort. He just sort of looks at you all wide-eyed. Welcome! Oh my... It's so good to have visitors. I did not clean up the place. It's no... Oh my gosh.
Oh, Jesus. Donna's a little startled. Who the hell are you? What are you doing here?
That's a good question. Who am I? Don't know what I'm doing here. I've been here. I've always been here. Been here lots.
Can I make like a general insight check to
Yeah,
see if
sure.
he's like a little insane or he gives
Also,
me that
do I
one?
sense any magic off him? Has he been like enchanted or cursed?
Oh, boy. Hot to me.
11. Dunnan. This guy is definitely a little bit touched in the head. You're not sure if it is a magical influence on him, but
I squint my eyes.
no, there. And in relation to you, Siegfried, you don't detect any magical essence from him immediately. You do notice that he does have sort of a tawny-looking ring on, or tawdry-looking ring on his index finger on his right hand. It looks to be maybe... I think Dunnan carries a torch. So it looks to be maybe gold, but like it's been scuffed and like sanded down, but not sanded to a good grit to then be polished. So it lacks any type of glimmer to it. But he's just waving his hands around, and that's why you catch it with your passive. Only indication of any degree of wealth this individual has.
Yeah. Say, I'm sorry for intruding on your home. We didn't know you lived here.
It's fine. Come in, come in, come in. I will make some biscuit. Do you like scones? I have scones.
Before Secret can go, I hold up a hand to Secret and go closer. I think he's a little cuckoo in his head. Be careful.
I understand. He seems to be having a rough go of it, though.
How long have you been down here? I mean,
Always been here lots of time. How many scones would you like, Mr. Beard?
No, I just had breakfast. I'm all right. Thank you very much.
May I ask a question? If you've been here a long time, where did you get the ingredients for scones?
I always have scones. Makes lots of scones. You proceed down to his level.
Siegfried will.
Oh, I'm gonna move down. He hands you, since you're the first that comes down, Siegfried. He has what looks to be a broken piece of like the plank of a like a board that was probably used in a crate at one point, and it's been broken, so it's almost square in orientation. And he places a sort of cracked open beetle, like a Hercules beetle, like roughly in shape, that looks like it's been sort of split or cracked down the middle. He just places that on the board and hands it to you. Scones for you. Yes, yes.
That's right. I see you use all natural ingredients from your environment. Very nice.
Natural ingredients.
Oh,
I don't know what that means. That sounds good though. Yes, natural ingredients. Enjoy yours.
Siegfried will take a bite of the Hercules beetle.
It's a little bit vile. There's no cooking involved whatsoever. It squishes and crunches at the same time. You feel the overwhelming urge to upchuck a little bit. Make me a deception check if you're trying to make him seem like you're thankful.
Spencer, I can't seem to move my token.
No, it's because you're right on the door, so you're probably clicking the door at the same time. There you go.
There it is.
Yep, thank you.
14.
Okay. He seems a little bit too preoccupied, so he doesn't see your face turn as you take this unsavory bite. Yeah, this guy just chopped a beetle in half and handed it to you. Like, that's what happened here. Yes, I've been here a long time, though. It's good home. Very good home. Lots of water, lots of scones. All good foods.
Did he give us his name yet?
No.
I'll just ask, well, now that we've shared food, perhaps we should make our introduction to each other.
Introduction. Good idea. Always good to do with new friends. Especially friends that come into my home.
Say, I hold out my hand and I said, my name is Siegfried, that's Dunnan, and that's Helirest.
Hello, Siegfried and Dunnan and Helirest. It is such a pleasure to meet you all.
Dunnan stays away a little bit. Just nice to meet you too.
Helly's gonna pick at the other half of the beetle and kind of like sniff it and maybe break off a leg and nibble on it.
As you sort of pull the leg away, there's like this trail of viscous slime from the inside of the bug. It sort of trails back to the wooden board of a plate that Siegfried's holding. It's like the worst version of Lady and the Tramp dog.
Yeah. Kind of too much even for an orc, so.
Not in the mood for scones? I have others. I have, do you like steaks? I have steaks. I also have chickens. Steaks and chickens?
Where from? There are no chickens in this cave.
I will get you chickens, Master Beard. He turns around and you see him rummaging in a crate. And you hear like the sound of a snapping piece of wood as he pulls out another board, and he hands you your own like little plate, which has a series of halves of beetles on it. Chickens for you, Master Beard. Chickens.
I disgustingly look at the box. Great. Like I said, tell you rest. I think it's a little cuckoo in the head.
Yeah. You
Good
think?
sir, though, we didn't get your name. Our introductions aren't finished.
What is my name?
I don't know. Do you know?
Do I know what?
Your name.
What about my name?
Can you tell it to us?
I could.
Will you? Well, I guess if this introduction's not finished, we'll make our exit. I don't want to keep bothering you.
You are very welcome to stay in my home if you need to stay in my home. That is very okay. I like to have guests.
It's all right.
I will make you pancakes.
We have got business to attend to. But it was nice to meet your acquaintance.
Do you want to stay here? We're trying to find a way to the surface. You can come with us if you like.
Hey, Siegfried, what are you doing?
He just sort of
He's
cocks his
gonna-
head and looks at you. What do you mean?
We're explorers. We're exploring this
He's-
place.
He's too loud. Everybody will know that we're here.
But then I will not be here when you show back up as guests. And
Yeah,
I need
that's
to make
alright,
sure
yeah.
I need to make sure that there's
Yeah,
delicious food for any of my guests that
he's
show up.
right. Yes.
So when you come
Yes,
back, if I'm with
Siegfried.
you, I would not be here to welcome you to here.
And we certainly will come back and enjoy other pleasantries you have to offer us. But right now we have urgent business, and I nudge Siegfried with my elbow. Urgent business to attend to.
Seems like he could use some help. But
Make me
I think
an
he's past help.
Arcana check, Siegfried. To your knowledge, you don't know any immediate magical means that could be used to help this individual, but beyond that, it's up to you.
You can't help everybody. Let's just finish what we've come to do.
could be a part of it, you know. We had to do that weird test when I fell in love with Heli to get the mantle. Maybe this is a part of it, but I don't know.
We'll try. Dear gnome, have you
does-
ever
he
heard
doesn't
about
respond.
the matter? Okay. Sir,
Ah, yes. Ooh, guests, welcome to my abode. Come in. I have scones. Would you like
Jesus.
some?
oh boy. You were just here, like 20 seconds ago.
Welcome back.
You
I've missed
already
you so
forgot.
much.
I highly doubt that. Have you ever heard about the Matron of Ravens?
Nature
Does
of
that name
ravens.
ring a bell?
I don't know any matrons of raven. I do have raven. Would you like to eat raven? Yes. You see him taking the plate that Siegfried had placed somewhere, picking it up, sort of
I'm still holding
at
my
it.
plate with the box.
wiggling it slightly. Raven for you. Yes.
Well, great. I mean, I don't think I don't have the patience for that. I mean, if you do, go ahead. But I'd rather wait outside.
I'll just
That's
ask one more time. Sir, would you like to leave with us? We can hang out. You don't have to wait for us to come back. You be together.
Wait for what? Come back. You see him sort of. His eyes go glassy for a moment. No, I must stay here. I stay here, so that way I might be able to wait for guests and feed guests as they come through. So if I go with you, I would not be here when you come back to feed you.
Helly has the seed of an idea in her head
Okay.
that if this is a test, and this is something that the hags are putting on us, if we don't eat the food, we might miss something. So I think she's going to go ahead and ask for another scone.
Ah, yes. Go on. Let me get you something. You hear more snapping of wood. You get a very sort of long, thin plank that has sort of just like a scoop of different, what you hope is the innards of various insects upon it. Like
While
a
he's
2-inch
distracted-
wide, 8-inch long stick of wood that is flat and just has this bevy of deliciousness.
While he's distracted in the barrel of bugs and wood, I would like to try and cast Dispel Magic on him to see if it changes anything.
Okay.
Especially after what happened when he
What level are you casting?
level 3.
Okay. Make me a wisdom check.
And for this one too, I'm going to go into dragon form.
Okay. So that's a minimum of 10, correct?
Yep.
Okay. As you release this Dispel Magic, he's sort of digging around in the grubs and bugs and whatever, and forming Hellerast's thing and handing it out, and then goes back in, presumably to get more servings because it's a smaller piece of wood. You see him. He's a gnome. He's not a very tall individual, so like he's been standing on this like pile of stuff to sort of lean into this crate. You just see him go limp for a moment, like hanging by his waist over the edge of the crate. And then you hear the sound of vomiting.
That makes sense. Are you alright?
Who are you? Sort of rolls out, sort of wiping, trying to clean the vomit off of his mouth.
I hand him some clean water and maybe a ration. Here, some normal food.
Sort of tears into it voraciously. You can see shudders and shakes are racking his body at the moment.
Can I do a medicine check on him?
Certainly. Go for it.
I can't roll below a 10 right now, so that is actually
17.
17, yeah.
Okay. You recognize the signs of severe malnutrition. Seems like this individual was enchanted to continue to eat bugs, and they would somehow subsist him. With that gone, he is now experiencing the effects of severe hunger and malnutrition.
Oh, yes,
So-
Dunnan, do you have any more of that ale?
I think we have tons.
Here, why don't you pour him a horn? And I said him down, you're in some bad straits,
Yeah.
sir. If we didn't find you, it wouldn't have ended well for you.
He's
We're the Bloody
he's
Mad
he-
Dogs.
Bloody
What's
Mad-
your name?
Give him some time.
He's still shoveling this ration as he's tearing pieces off into his gullet, bites that don't look like they would fit in his mouth. He takes the horn that's offered to him and drowns it in one and hands it back. And like thanks you through a mouthful of food, crumbs going everywhere.
In the meantime, Helly is delicately putting that board down and trying to figure out a way to wash her hands. Grateful that Siegfried did that before she took a bite.
See? So, who are you now? Now for real.
He tries to clear his throat for a moment. Do you have any more? That'd be great. Friends
Sure.
call me Fizz.
Fizz?
Fizz, yeah. It's short for Fizness River. Rirkus. I'll put it in chat for you. Fizness Veer.
Isn't.
Nizavir.
Fizz?
Pardon me. Fiznizavir. Rirkus.
I will stick with Fizz if it's alright.
This is fine. How did you save me?
He did.
Yeah,
And I point to Siegfried.
you seem to be under some sort of magical influence, so I took a chance.
You don't know the half of it. I was...
Let me guess. You met some hags, right?
Yeah. Yeah, don't...
Mm.
Nasty business. They... He sort of involuntary shudders as, like, the memories of his time under whatever enchantment are seemingly still present and sort of washing through him at that moment. Not good. Not good.
And why did they do this to you? You remember? I look up and down.
No. I met a lady. She was traveling with me. And then we met.
Was she called Peg, by any chance?
No. She old lady. Human. She
Must
went
be
by.
attended once.
She just she said everybody always called her Nana, so I called her Nana. But we found two hag-like ladies, so we asked for help surviving down here. And we would leave them alone and not bother them and be nice about it if they helped us survive. And the two ladies were like, yeah, sure, absolutely. And then Nana and I kept sort of wandering a little bit, and we found this space here. I don't know where Nana went, but I found, sort of looks over at the crate that he was digging through. I thought there was just so much food in there. It's just bugs.
Well, they enchanted you to probably see different things inside the crate. And, well, I mean, they stayed true to their word. You were kept alive. But, yeah.
And kept out of their business. I don't know when the last time was that I left this room.
You say you only saw two hags, and then Nan was a different person.
Yeah, there's a human lady with me named Nana. We gotta find her. I don't know what the hags would have done to her.
Well,
Pretty
let
sure
me
Fizz
tell you-
there.
let me tell
three
you a
hags.
story. We came upon a scene of bloody slaughter a couple floors up, and we found a human woman. No, an elven woman, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Named Peg, and we thought she was a survivor. And
Dragged her along.
she traveled with us a little bit, and after a while, she kept directing us towards this one direction. And when we came there, we met two hags like you. The only difference was that in our story, Peg became one of the hags as well.
Yeah.
So there were three hags together. Now, I understand that you may have been traveling with Nana, but it's also a very possibility she was the third hag as well.
Make me a persuasion check.
Sorry, to get to my character sheet.
Yeah, you're good. At this point, detect magic has ended.
That's a 1.
Okay. That doesn't seem right. I mean, maybe, but no, she was like a sweet old lady.
Well, I mean, we'll definitely look around.
Okay.
We're just as lost as you are right now.
Oh wow.
Do you remember? Do you remember why you came to this mountain in the first place? You obviously weren't born here.
No.
You mentioned something about it being explorer.
I was exploring this area. I was looking to see if there was anything worth mining here. On an expedition. Mining, yeah.
Are you part of a company?
It was.
Do you remember the name?
No.
It's all right. It's all right. You've been through a lot. It may take some time to come back.
Okay.
Do you mind if I take a look at that ring you have on your hand? We're not gonna take it. I just want to see if it might have any clues on it.
They didn't take it. They didn't take my ring. He seems to visibly sort of calm down a little bit. Than you.
Yeah, it seems like the only thing of value you had down here must be significant, right?
It is. You saved me. You're right. I don't have any. I mean, I have this, but like I don't have anything else. But now I have my life. Look. Here's. Get me out of here. And I'll repay you however I can. Please.
All right. I helped you freely. There's no bargain. I just saw someone in trouble. That's all. But if we're gonna get out of here, all four of us have to work together from now on. All right. We're still in danger. All we did was fix one curse on you, and there are many dangers ahead of us. Are you prepared for that?
I can try.
Alright. If me, Dunny, or Helly yell out anything to you, tell you to move, tell you to duck, hide, you listen to us, okay?
Okay.
And if you see any hags, be careful. We'll do our best to protect you.
Got it.
And I hand him one more ration. You seem to need it more than I do.
Huh.
Here.
Thank you.
Now, you might be able to help us with something now that your mind is clearer. We're explorers, but we're also looking for something very specific here. We've been tasked with finding 4 items that belong to the Raven Queen, the Mistress of Ravens. We have 2, but I think we need to look for 2 more, correct?
Yes.
Right. We have the cloak, we have the amulet, right? And there were 2 others. Can't remember.
You guys should be able to see Fizz's token now.
Yeah.
What were the other 2, Spencer, for the Raven Queen items?
You were given the instructions. There is a
A pendant, cloak, crown.
yeah. there is. Give me a
And the ring.
moment. Yeah, so
Right.
there's the ring, the cloak. So I need to check 2 different areas. Ring, pendant, crown, and cloak. Yeah,
Okay, so we have the ring and cloak.
ring and cloak you've
Oh.
acquired.
So
Okay.
yeah, I tell them we're looking for a pendant and we're looking for a crown. We can't leave this mountain until we found them.
Is it okay? Is there a safe spot that you can hide me, or like I can keep an eye on an entrance in the mountain? I'll stick it out. I'll play guard. I don't want to. I'm not a fighter.
It's all right. We found a hidden storeroom nearby, but someone's been visiting it. Anywhere else, I mean, the hags are going to know where you are, so you're probably going to be safe here just as much as you're going to be safe anywhere else.
They won't know where I am. I'm real good.
Okay, well, if you can stay hidden in this room, it's probably the best for you. Maybe if anyone comes, continue to pretend to be insane. I don't know. Just stay away from the water. There's something in it. Something dangerous.
You're not gonna leave me out?
What?
Can you please leave me out? Don't leave
Oh,
me
this-
back here. I don't want to be
No,
left
we-
in left. Starts
There is
hyperventilating
still-
again.
No, I mean,
Calm down.
you can come with us, but we don't know if there'll be a safe space up ahead. That's all I'm saying.
And out there are others.
If you
There's
want,
more
there
of
are-
you?
Generally, we have 3 other people with us.
There are others that explore this place, but they might not be friendly to us. So stick to us and listen to us, like Siegfried already mentioned.
Okay, and we're
And
headed
be
out,
quiet.
right? He sort of
That is our
Tiptoes.
goal, but we have
At
to do
some point.
we have to do other things before we leave. That's all I wanted to let you know.
Can you get
So
me
you
out
can-
before you do those things? Please.
We don't know how to get out from here either, so we'll try and find a way out for you, but there's no guarantee. The only way we know out is surrounded by enemies.
Like I say,
Yeah.
make a history check for me.
Okay. I mean, I do have the keen mind ability if we came across one.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay. In that case, no need to make the history check. Yeah. So, like, you know the path to get out of here from here, Siegfried.
Okay.
Like, you know, at this point, you would suspect you have several different ways that you could navigate to several different entrances that the group of you have used, or have come across at the very least.
Okay. So, thinking on it, which one would be the closest to where we are right now?
So, the closest and most likely that he would be able to escape past the Goliaths outside would probably be the one whose door you had barred with the moving statue and the different crypts. Because assuming that that one has not been busted into by the Goliaths successfully, it's the least likely to have been sort of forgotten about and left because, oh, it's locked. We can't get in there. That or the waterfall that Ten found would be the 2 likely ways to get out. And they are relatively near to each other. So,
I tell that to Dunnan and Fizz and Helly. I'm not sure I want to go back towards the Goliaths. I'm inclined to lead him towards the waterfall. They did see us when we came to that entrance. They may have busted down the barricade at this point. Especially if they have slaves working for them.
Do you think he can make it on its own, even if we bring him there? And can barely stand.
I'm pretty sneaky. I can be quiet, not noticed when I need to.
Well, if you say so. I mean, I tell him the nearby waterfall is probably your best bet to get out and avoid the Goliaths on the way out.
Okay.
How long does it take us to get there, Siegfried?
Not
Look.
not too long. 10 found it not too far away. And we also need to... We weren't doing such a thorough search for the other items on the way here, so maybe we can look at some of the doors we missed on the way back.
Helly offers to carry Fizz if he ever gets too tired. Because she figures, how tall is he? He's a gnome.
Yeah, he's like 2'8".
2'8". Yeah, she can just throw him on her shoulder like a parrot if he needs it. If he would appreciate that.
Right, Fizz? We'll lead you to the waterfall, but
Okay.
once you leave this place, we can't guarantee your safety. That's the best we can.
If you can get me outside, I can make it on my own.
All right.
All right. So this is going to be a skill challenge.
Alright.
You don't need to worry about your tokens at the moment.
Okay.
This is going to be about safely navigating through the spaces with which you're already familiar. Provided that traps have not been reset, and trying to presumably avoid any groups of Goliaths that you come across. So you need 4 successes before 2 failures to succeed in getting Fizz out. So which skill would one of you like to use? And how would you like to try to implement it in navigating through here, being quiet, being perceptive? Like, you can make an argument for a lot of different skills here. What would you like to try?
I mean, I would just like to use survival to try and find the safest path back to the waterfall.
Okay. So drawing upon the wealth of knowledge that you've accumulated as you've sort of been making this mental map of the space here, go ahead and make me a survival check.
And I think I still have my dragon form going because that's an hour, correct?
No, I believe your forms are 10 minutes.
Okay, so I will go into dragon form again.
Spend another wild shape? Okay.
Yeah. And I'll do a survival check.
16?
So that's actually
20?
Yeah, a 20.
Okay. 20 is your first success. So you quickly map out the path in your mind, and take a few moments to sort of sketch out the path, taking this left, this right, straight twice, so on and so forth, so that way your whole party has an idea of the path, including switchbacks and ways that you can avoid patrols and things like that you've already found, if need be.
Because we found a lot of like weird secret entrances that would cut through places.
Exactly. And you have the instincts to accurately apply those cutbacks at this point. Okay, so that's your first success. Who else wants to try something?
I'll try it, but first I'm going to invoke the friend of the kami.
Okay.
And I'm going to do survival.
Okay, the DC is going to get higher when you repeat skills, but you can still definitely try survival.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see.
And how are you trying to aid in this, as the group of you now have the plan of how to set off? How are you going to try to aid at this point?
Let's see here. Could I do it on strength instead?
Okay. Well, yeah. Describe to me how you want to help with the excursion, and I'll tell you what skill to use.
I want to help. I want to help by being able to remove any obstacles that may have popped up since we went through there.
Okay.
Enemies, physical barriers, just anything to do with strength.
Okay. So you have two options in this case then. You can either make a perception check to see any obstacles that are coming up, and remove them in the way of being able to accurately avoid them or avoid tiles, like tripwires and tiles and things such as that. And that would be 1d6. Or strength, or athletics, which would be less about applying like force. Most doors you've figured out are either locked or open at this point. There's only been one that you were basically unable to pass, then that's because it was barred from the other side, which you were then unable to remove the bar. But you could I would make the argument you could use athletics to attempt to shut off passages following you, to make so just in case something did catch wind of your egress, you might not be chased, or it might be harder to chase you, and that would be a different DC. Which would you prefer?
Okay. I'm gonna do the strength, the athletics.
Okay, go for it. Ooh, yeah, easily enough. As the group of you are moving, following Siegfried's prescribed path, you're making sure that you continuously, anytime that you pass through a door that would open towards the direction that you're traveling, you take a moment to stop, find a bar, find something, just sort of block up that door, and sort of really wedge these things underneath the handles to try to prevent them from being opened, especially if there's not like bar hooks in place to place it across the door. You still try to wedge these doors shut. That is your second success. 25, yeah.
Yeah.
Dunnan, how would you like to aid this egress?
Well, Dunnan's probably just looking around, trying to remember stuff he has seen, and going by vision.
Just trying to keep an eye out for traps that have been reset.
No, just looking for any way they have already been. Something he remembers.
Alright. I would say that's in the same vein as what Siegfried has already accomplished. So you could try to aid that, but the DC is going to be higher because you're sort of doubling down on the same thing. Or if you wanted to help in some other way, you can. You're more than welcome to.
His strengths are not really.
I would say Dunnan's pretty persuasive. Maybe you can keep Fizz calm and quiet while we're going through.
Could also do that, yeah.
Or can you
offer him more ale?
Yeah,
Okay.
offer more
Alright.
ale.
So you're gonna.
I
Sorry.
was gonna say, somebody needs to maybe do something to be able to detect more of these crow artifacts as we go past doors that we didn't go through before, whether or not that's a good place to go. So I don't know what skill that would be, but that would be something
Probably
we should
investigation, so that's not something Dunnan's that good
No,
at.
it's
Alright,
not his
so
strength.
Dunnan, you're going to sort of keep offering Fizz ale, keeping him sort of calm and collected, as you proceed carefully, so that way he doesn't sort of freak out at any moment and start hyperventilating it, start making noise. So go ahead.
It's alright.
Make me a persuasion check to do so. Okay.
Rolling hot.
All right. So that is the first failure.
Yeah, 1 second. I'm gonna try. I forgot if I have wheel or woe right now. I have wheel, but I've used it all. Never mind.
Okay. So that's the first failure. So Siegfried, your path, you did a good job of designing your path. The one drawback is it goes through the screaming room that with the skulls, and that definitely sets Fizz off. He's very concerned with this room, the amount of noise that it's making. He's freaked out. He's hyperventilating, and he runs screaming from the room. And it takes you a moment to sort of catch up to him, and finally calm him down to keep him from just sprinting off like mad off of the path.
I'm not very good at calming people down. We should better hurry up.
All right, Donna, you did your best.
I don't know. I'm better at hitting stuff.
Or hitting on
That healing stuff than healing stuff.
hitting and hitting on things. That's pretty much your forte.
Okay. Who would like to attempt another thing?
I would like to enhance ability on myself for charisma.
Okay, how are you attempting to aid the egress?
Yeah, and I would like to take this moment to calm down Fizz. Does doing a check that someone else also did, like, does that make the, like, if they fail?
It makes the, it is increasing the DC.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. Fizz just made a whole bunch of noise running from this room. You guys are on the far side. You're getting close towards the waterfall exit. But how do you want to aid? Don't think about the skill. Think about how you want to help.
Yeah.
Like, what actions are you going to do?
I'm going to... enhance ability for dexterity.
Okay.
And do Cat's Grace. I think that's the one. And start trying to move more stealthier and lead the party. Try to quiet down the noise and go find a quieter path away from here.
Okay. Make me a stealth check with advantage.
Yep.
Ooh. Could call in the advantage there.
Yeah.
As the group of you carefully use one of these switchbacks that you had planned for with your survival, you carefully navigate in a wide sort of looping arc back towards the corridor that leads to your penultimate destination, which is the corridor where you fought the large suit of armor, which connects directly to the waterfall. Okay. One more success. You need one more success before one more failure. Who wants to make the last attempt, and how you're going to help?
I'm gonna try. Let's see. They're going to go for. Since we're getting closer, there are bugs and fungus here. How can I use nature to help? Or should I use intimidation in case we come across somebody, and to keep Kip silent?
I mean, intimidation, would not prevent you from being discovered. I mean, you could try.
Yeah,
if
true.
you are discovered, not sure how you would use nature to assist in that. Do you have any ideas as to how you would to attempt to do so? Or don't worry about the skill and the bonus that you have, Hellerast.
Okay.
Just worry about how would Hellerast aid in getting him out of here at this point. You know you're close. You know there's risk of being discovered. You're trying to be quiet. Fizz has freaked out once, but has been calmed down after that.
I would go ahead and just try stealth. I would also pick him up.
Okay, so the group of you have been moving quietly already at this point.
Okay, but
Cjbeards would ask Helly, Maybe you can scout ahead around the waterfall with Corin
Okay.
before
Yeah.
we reveal ourselves.
All right.
Maybe
Yeah, that's
keep
good.
it on the ceiling.
Okay. Make me a perception check in this case.
Okay.
12. Okay. You conjure Corwin. Fizz sort of freaks out for a moment as you have a very particular way of summoning Corwin, but sort of calms himself down. And you gesture for everyone to be quiet as Corwin sort of scouts ahead, and you tiptoe after Corwin to stay within range. You hear noises. Not near the waterfall, but sort of echoing through the rock. The main entrance through which the group of you had come sounds like it is a bevy of activity at this moment. But you hear the sounds of a crackling fire. As you and Corbin approach the waterfall very carefully, peek over, you see the ruddy sunset on the sky. You realize there's cook fires, and this company of Goliath are beginning to settle in for the evening. They're getting a little bit lax as they are moving towards this state of sleep. And you realize now's probably as good a time as any to get Fizz in position so that way he can make his final egress out of the waterfall as soon as the sun goes down and they're getting ready to do a shift change and other members of this company are sleeping. That is your fourth success. As you sort of creep back very carefully and then lead your ragtag company to this egress, what do you say to Fizz?
How good are you at being quiet and undetected?
I'm pretty good. Yeah, I can,
Because you're gonna have to be.
don't worry, I can manage.
Can you swim?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can swim.
Right before you go, I can cast some magic on you that can help.
Okay.
Do you know where you're going after this? I hand him the map that I've been working on of the area.
And you should take some food with you. And I give
Yeah,
him 2
I'll
rations.
give him 2 rations.
Okay.
2 of mine.
You said you hand him the map of the area, Siegfried? Siegfried, you muted. He's happy to take the food. Oh, yeah, he might have had to step away for a moment.
Oh, sorry, I was muted then talking.
Yeah.
I would give him 2 rations, and then I don't know if you have an official map, but Siegfried's been keeping like sketches that he's been doing while he's been traveling.
Okay.
Because I don't know, as far as I'm aware from my notes, we didn't find a real map of the area yet.
You have not, no.
Yeah, so I would give him the sketches I have so far, and then I would point out the direction we came from, and I said, there's 2 weird furbolgs that way. They're a little strange, but if you respect them, they might help you.
Okay. Thank you. Good luck with finding your stuff.
Thank you, and if you ever hear of the town Elderthorn, the bloodied mad dogs, the Blackbriar Watch, try and help them out. This favor for that favorite.
I can try. Never heard of any of that stuff before, but like, if you really want to, I'm gonna try to get home though.
Yeah. Good luck, my friend.
Thanks. If you ever find yourselves down in a card, be happy to treat you all to a good meal. Okay?
Right. And then right before he goes, I would cast enhance ability Cat's Grace on him
Okay.
to give him a little boost for an hour.
He sort of goes to shake your hand.
Thank you.
Do you take his hand?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. He looks out through the vines of the small waterfall here. It's not like this massive thing. It's takes about a 10-foot square space. Carefully shimmies down some of the vines. You watch him at the base near the water, and he makes his move. He dashes. You think for a moment he's about to be seen, and then the guard turns and someone calls out for the individual, who sort of turns back, almost seeing Fizz as Fizz vanishes into the jungle cover.
Crazy bastard did it.
Lucky we found him.
I'll move you guys
Well,
back to the map as you move back towards a spot that you can reconvene. I'll ping you to where I have you.
now back to our business.
I've adjusted you down towards the. This is the long corridor, and this was the 3 crystals that you were unable to sort of figure out how they worked.
We still haven't opened that door to the
Yeah,
north, right?
Yeah, correct. The group you had mentioned, like, oh, what doors have we gone by that we haven't figured out? And this was one that you spent considerable time doing, and I rationalized. As soon as you entered this long corridor off to the left of here, you would have been like, thought, oh, right, we have a path here that we've not sort of ventured towards yet.
Yep, that makes sense.
Siegfried, as you're sort of reconvening with everybody, you find during your handshake, he has slipped his gold ring onto your finger.
Never been reverse pickpocketed before. What city did he say he was from again? Can you write it out?
Yeah, sure. Give me one sec. Let me make sure I got the spelling right.
Yeah, I'm terrible with fantasy spelling. I think I accidentally changed the names of a few characters in the Out of the Abyss game I played, just because I kept mistyping them.
There you are. It's Eckhad.
Eckhad. I asked Dunnan, do you know of a city name?
Ekhad.
Do you know of a city named Makai? Is that from across the ocean?
Have I ever heard that name?
You have not.
No clue. I just shrugged.
I'm interested to see.
Never heard of it.
A whole nother city.
Mm.
Well, it's enough to go to, also.
Yeah. Or, yeah, must be nearby.
Must be nearby.
Sorry, I have to step away for like 10 minutes again. I need to help my dad
Okay.
with something.
If you'd like, let's take our mid-session break here. We'll reconvene on 30. Sounds good?
30, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I might be a little late, but that's fine with me. Thank you.
Okay. you're back. So the group of you have reconvened at this sort of curious series of crystal plinths and pedestals that you've been unable to figure out. You have successfully ascertained through previous exploration, the part of Siegfried had done, that the 3 crystals contained in this chamber are somehow tethered to the door to the north of you. You've interacted with each of these crystals individually, and upon touch or interaction, they have this sort of shimmering color pattern that sort of ripples through them but does not fill them entirely at any given point during said ripple. And then it fades as soon as the ripple is finished. You did discover a secret passageway out of this room to the south, and that led towards a space where the group of you have been able to successfully camp in relative safety previously, but this is where we're picking back up. What would the group like to do?
Siegfried goes and shuts this door. We're not going back that way.
Maybe Haley, you have ideas. You
Thinking.
couldn't
I'm
figure
thinking.
it out.
And what did we try?
Can I knock on this wall? Is Siegfried's like, there should be a 4th one, don't you think?
Knock. It feels like stone. Looks
Okay.
like stone, feels like stone, probably tastes like stone.
I don't know. I'm stumped. Siegfried after licking the wall.
No, not the smartest.
Probably.
I don't know. I got this fancy ring. Maybe it does something. He'll take the ringed hand and try and touch the orb.
Touch the crystal. You see this ripple of sort of ruddy, reddish brown energy ripple through the raw crystal and then fade.
We already tried touching them at the same time, right?
I
With
think so.
Aeolus?
It seems
No.
pretty obvious, but we can try again. Let's
Have
try
we-
it.
Have we tried touching them and connecting them with our hands? Like
No.
one, so that they're all connected through our bodies? Have we tried that?
No.
Each
No?
of the crystals is 20 feet apart from the next.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I
so
know.
never
We'd
mind
have
then.
to have the whole party there, or pretend that the whole party is here for that to
Um,
work.
Even then, it's a bit of a stretch.
Too much. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 people, 3 arm spans, even if each of the people is 6 feet tall, is still going to be only 18 feet.
I mean, at least I don't remember if we tried touching them all at the same time. So
Do they pick up? Can we pick them up?
They are each about 2 feet in height and a foot in diameter, roughly egg-shaped. They're probably incredibly heavy. You've not tried to pick them up, but you could try.
Have we tried to keep the hand on them? Or do we just touch and then retract our hand every time?
You have tried keeping your hands on them.
Oh, okay.
Like the initial touch sets this sort of ripple effect through, and that's the end of it.
Kelly thinks she can at least try to pick it up.
well,
She'll do this one to her south, and just to see if it's loose.
yeah, go for it.
Go ahead and give me an athletics check.
Okay.
These feel pretty solid. They do not feel like they're going to budge for you. It doesn't help that like the pedestal that it's set on is about 6 feet off the ground by itself before this 2-foot crystal is sort of perched on top of it. So like you're sort of lifting almost at, well, for you, like your eye level,
Mm-hmm.
which isn't the most comfortable position to lift in because you're doing all arms, no legs for this lift.
Right.
So it doesn't feel like they want to budge.
Okay.
I think we should just try touching them all at the same time. I don't know why we didn't try this before.
Have we tried petting them?
Huh?
like touching them gently in a way that would actually be pleasant for the rock?
I don't know.
All right,
I
you
think
you
it
you
works
can.
the same way.
So you
It
so
just lights up and then goes down.
LRS is going to try to rock their world.
Yes.
Maybe it's
Gent-
something has to do something with those alcoves here, because I remember that the floor was different there, right?
Correct. There was the signs that these alcoves at one point held cabinets or desks or some type of furniture that is no longer present.
Like there were like gaps in the dust.
Yeah.
I say we just try touching them all at the same time, because I just want to see what happens.
We can go and try that again.
Do we need to get done in a box?
I think you
I
can.
managed fine the
Hand on?
last time.
Okay.
I can reach with my hand, you know, Heli rest.
Okay.
He's not that short.
Okay.
I think Willem is a little bit shorter than
I
Dunnan.
mean, compared to you two, I'm small. Yes, I can see that, but
Size is relative.
He's
guys.
not a gnome.
yeah.
So the three of you count down and simultaneously touch these crystals. Something different does happen. Because you did not try this previously.
You didn't? Okay.
No, you did not.
I have no idea why we did it. It seems very obvious now.
Yeah.
The energy that ripples through, it seems to hit the far side of the crystal, like directly opposite from where your hand touches them, and then ripple back towards your hand. They've not behaved in this manner before. You gather you're on the right direction, but not quite there.
Okay, what if we touch them so that that first pulse is going towards the door we want open?
So I'll face the door when we touch it, basically.
Ah,
Yeah.
from the other side, you mean?
From the other
like
side,
this?
yeah.
Ah,
And
so
then
it focuses,
I'll push it in the same direction.
so that it focuses in this direction.
Mm-hmm.
So I would
Okay.
stand
Alright.
here, then it would focus it for me in this direction, right?
Mhm.
And then Heli can stand there, and Dunnan can stand right about there, I think. Yeah.
Okay. You do your countdown again. All three of you touch. You see this ripple sort of go through the crystals in this disjointed energy, and then ripple back towards your hands. So the same effect as the one that you just did, obviously in different directions from where you touched, but there doesn't seem to be any additional effect. Now, hold on. What at this point, now that you've gotten a second view of this, the group of you do recognize something that Siegfried and Dunnan, the two of you had identified previously, is each of these has a different coloration to them. Siegfried's is this sort of rusty reddish brown. Hellerast's is a little bit more red, and Dunnan's is a little bit more orange. But something identified, they still maintain this same coloration, despite the fact that you are doing these simultaneously. Continue.
The colors have to mean something, don't they?
Yeah.
Maybe intelligence check. Well, not your particular bailiwick. The colors evoke the idea of fire to you. You've seen other things in this particular chamber. The tapestry to the east is scorched to blight the face of the Raven Queen. It's not cut or chiseled or anything like that. I mean, it's a tapestry, but it is burned. And tapestry to the south was also similarly singed, and the colors here just lend more to that idea of this motif of fire. It's the same paints you would use. Were you painting a fire?
Okay, so if we were painting a fire, we would probably go dark to middle to light. So maybe if we all touch in sequence, Siegfried first, then me, then Dunnan.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Try
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Let's give it a shot.
Work on this sort of sequencing. I'll say for the next 10 minutes. There's only 3. There's not a lot of potential sequences. Sort of exhausting through it. You feel quite secure in your discovery. Sequencing is not the correct way to activate these things.
Maybe we have to either touch the orbs with fire, or we have to, I don't know, direct the light through a torch to fire.
Okay.
That's just maybe 2 possibilities that come to mind.
What if we
So
touch torches to each of the crystals?
yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's either
instead
that
of our
or the
hand.
second. Yeah. So I hand out 2 more torches. So I light
Okay.
them up with mine.
Yeah.
And so I have, because I found 7 left.
Okay.
All right. On the count of 3 again. And 1, 2, 3.
3 torches touch, and you worry that it's going to like leave soot or smoke particulates upon these crystals, as normally would. Torches don't burn perfectly clean. None of it imparts to the crystal, nor do you see a ripple, but you do see a soft, warm glow begin to fill the central area of each of these crystals. About a few moments later, each of these crystals is a shining, bright beacon of the color of the ripples that it had previously.
Okay.
Well, that did something. Shall we try the door now?
Do they stay shining when we move the?
They're currently shining.
Okay, let's go. Let's go.
All right.
You go and you look back, confirming that the crystals are still shining. You attempt to open the door.
Yeah.
It is unlocked.
Yes.
All right. I signal heli. Come on.
And
Okay,
Moradin
let's go.
falls finally.
You rush through the door. Find yourselves in a long oval room. Oh, give me 1 second. Let me grab a description. Area 20. In the center of the room is a stone pedestal. Not quite square, very slightly tilted inwards, like a pyramid almost, or trapezoid. That is these metal bands around the stone, sort of holding it in shape. In the center of this pedestal, which is only about 3 foot in a 3 foot square top, there is a piece of stone that is structured like the neck and shoulders of an individual. And upon this is a pendant in the shape of a sunset.
That's one of the items, right?
As you continue to take in this room, there is a
Okay.
solid clunk sound behind you as the door has swung shut.
I immediately try to reopen the door.
It is locked.
Great. We're locked in here.
Oh.
Oh boy, it's just one way now.
Hopefully
well,
the Goliaths
off-
won't figure out.
Off
Oh, he
to
did.
the left of the northwest quadrant, we'll call it, of this ovular room, you do see what appears to be glass that has sort of been placed to separate this from a sandy beach and a flowing bit of water.
Is it the weird milky water or is it clean?
Oh, it's the weird milky water. It's pretty consistent in the presence of weird milky water.
Well,
Do we have
I think we-
anybody who can look for traps with us? That is like good at it?
Iris Mines, no, not my expertise.
You with the +3 are our trap person right now.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go ahead
I
and
mean,
examine the necklace.
I can at least sorry, I got a frog in my throat. I am going to enhance ability on you, Heli. So I've cast it twice already. So this is my last one I can do, but I'm gonna do it for intelligence for you.
Okay.
Yep.
You have advantage for the next hour on intelligence checks.
Okay.
It
So I should do an
Fox's
check
cunning.
now.
Yeah, Fox is cunning. Yep.
While Haley's investigating that pedestal, I'm
Investigation.
gonna
Yes.
look out there.
Okay. You have advantage, Hellrast. So
We have advantage.
don't roll another
Shit.
natural one. So roll it one more time.
Yes, please.
Come on, balance, please. The other.
Oh no.
Big value. A 1 and a 2.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
You take a good about 2 minutes to sort of walk around this pedestal. Your torch is still burning at the moment, so you have good light at the sort of look in all of the cracks of the stones, look underneath, very like Indiana Jones in the beginning of the movie. There's no traps here. You're good.
Okay. Am I still wearing the raven cloak?
At the moment, yeah.
Who has the raven ring?
Aeolus does.
Aeolus does. Okay, shit, he's not here. I was gonna say if I was wearing both of those, I would feel more comfortable.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, however, you take a good long look. You know Siegfried's got your back. He helped you out. You get a good look at this, and you feel confident. There's no traps here. This is entirely untrapped.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and try to take the necklace off of the bust.
Okay. You reach forward, pluck the necklace from this. And it's not. There's no head to this bust. It's just the lower part of the neck and the beginning part of the shoulders. In the same way that you would see displayed in a jewelry store. You lift the necklace and you feel this sort of wooziness pass through you for a moment. And fades. Nothing happens.
Okay.
Well,
See?
that's
You knew what
three
you were
down.
doing. There was no traps.
So it's one more.
One more.
You okay? Do you feel any different?
It feels a little woozy for a second.
Might be the nerves from
Thank you.
expecting a trap.
Give me 10 minutes. And Siegfried's gonna start detecting magic ritually.
Okay.
Thanks.
Enhanced ability ends. Detect magic comes
Yep.
up 10 minutes later. As you've already ascertained, the cloak, same as the ring, they are both magical. The necklace is also magical. Give me one moment. Let me double check one thing.
Okay.
that is, other than that which you expect, those are the only things that read as magical. Obviously, the door does as well behind you, but nothing else in the room registers to you.
Not like not Helly herself.
No.
Yeah, I say you seem fine, Helly. But
Okay, should I put it on?
maybe just keep it in your bag for now.
Okay.
Is this glass? Is this the columns here, or the pillars, or is it?
It's the space in between.
Okay, so I can't pass through it.
Yeah,
Okay.
follow the oval of the room. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, it's just one way now, up north.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay. You can proceed about 50 to 100 feet. You pass a single door on the left side, and then there is a large room ahead of you, which you enter.
Should we check out that single door?
Right.
You can. As you get to the door, right about here, I will say.
Oh.
And Dunnan, you sort of glance ahead. The room into which you have now entered, just by a step, Dunnan, is carpeted in moss, lush, beautiful green mosses and lichens. Carpet the space. Build on walls. You take a moment, get this rich sense of earth and fresh water filling your nostrils, like you were hidden in a secret spring in the middle of the woods, nobody around, and it just overwhelms your senses for a moment. It's quite pleasant as your eyes adjust to the space and the amount of green being echoed back to you from the torchlight. You start to pick up other colors of mosses. There's reds, purples, blues. It is a beautiful garden of this creeper.
Oh, very lush moss here.
Hmm.
This place has all kinds of weird stuff: mushrooms, moss, flowing water.
Siegfried would like to approach
Eggs.
the moss and then use the blessing of the trials ability.
Blessing of the Kami, yeah.
Yeah, to speak with plants.
Friend of the Kami, yeah.
Yeah.
Speak with plants. Okay. Sounds good. Let me pull up Speak with Plants.
Yeah, I think that's a concentration too, right?
Yeah, that's what I believe.
So before I cast it, if I approach, do I sense anything with detect magic?
You do not. Nothing
Okay.
untowards that you do not expect.
Okay, so then after that, I would cast
Yeah.
Speak with Plants. That's what I would do.
So Speak with Plants actually just lasts 10 minutes, non-concentration.
Oh, cool. That's a pretty cool spell.
Cool. Okay. So you impart this to yourself for a moment. What do you question the plants about?
I'd be like, hello,
Hey, man.
I didn't expect to find some moss down here, but it's very nice to see you.
Yeah, we're just growing, man.
Where do you
Just-
get your sunlight from?
Don't need that light, man. We like the dark, man. It's cozy, you know.
Yeah, I guess
It's
so,
good.
you'd
You
like
hear
our
other
friend Willow-
voices sort of chime in. Yeah, good. It's good. Yeah. Just need some dark, a little bit moist. All
me-
good.
Me and my friends are trying to make our way through here. Is there anything we should know? We don't want to hurt you or anything. We're just trying to find a safe way through.
You're good, man. We don't bother nobody. We just growing, doing our thing.
That's cool. that's cool. Do you know if there might be a safe place to rest up ahead? It's getting close to the end of the day now for us.
I don't know, man. I've been here, just growing in the dark and the moist. I don't go anywhere, man.
Has anyone else talked to you recently, or walked on you?
Nobody likes to talk to me, man.
That's unfortunate.
Although, not too many people like to talk to me in the first place, man. So maybe they would if more did.
Yeah, I love talking to plants.
People
I used to
been through
talk-
here, though, man.
They
Few
did?
people. Yeah, man. They didn't come
Man.
back, though.
What time? Before us?
I don't know, man. It was dark when they came through, man.
Okay. Well, thanks for the news. Keep on chilling.
You
If I
know
come
it, man.
If I come back this way, we'll talk again.
I like
Peace out.
that.
And then I turn back to Helly and Dunn, and this grass says that some people came through before us, but they didn't come back this way.
We ain't grasses, man.
Or mosses. Sorry.
Mosses. Yeah,
Mosses.
man. Much better than them grasses, man.
Yeah.
You hear one of the other voices of these mosses sort of chiming in. I had a cousin that was a grass man. He was all wavy and whatnot. Didn't like it. Oh, that's crazy.
You guys
you
are more
just hear them talking to each other at this point.
Yeah. I tell Helly and Dunn, and the mosses say that some people might be up ahead, so let's be careful.
So which way? Up north or to the left?
I think they meant up north. They walk through
Okay.
their patch.
Okay, so we should take a look to the left first.
Yeah, I think so too.
And there's left
Alright.
up here, and there's left down here. There's two lefts.
Oh, there's a door down here, Dunn, I think.
Oh,
You want to check it out?
Yeah, you have two lefts. Yeah.
then let's take this one first.
Okay. That is 42. It is unlocked. There is a set of steps downwards. Not terribly far down. You only descend about 4 feet or so over the course of the steps. And you find yourself in a room that doesn't quite smell bad, but doesn't quite smell good either. It's the best comparison I would be able to provide. It smells like a room that at one point was quite repulsive in its scent, but continuously has been washed over time, so now there's just this residue of scent that still lingers in the space. Where are you going, Hallorast?
I don't know where I'm going. Put me where I need to be. Oh, okay. Thank you.
What's that in the middle? Like
As you approach,
A fountain?
it's actually a wide stone well.
Oh, well.
And as you approach, you hear the sounds of water flowing under at the bottom of the well, actually with decent rapidity.
Does it seem like that milky river we saw up ahead could possibly be flowing underneath?
You look down into the well.
Yeah, I do.
Make a perception check.
Okay.
Because you're limited to this torchlight at the moment, and the well's fairly deep.
I
but-
do have dark vision going.
Yeah, I'm
Emily.
aware.
Yeah. Sorry, I have to refresh roll 20.
But dark vision is
Yeah, it's not that
contingent
far.
on no color, and
Yeah.
color is what helps discern depth and water,
Makes sense.
and the transparentness of it, because you need to see what's on the other side of the water. And if everything's into shades of gray, water would normally look opaque in darkness. Oh, Gene. Okay. Still pretty good. So you realize that you would be able to get a better view if you choose to drop your torch down the well before your torch extinguishes. Do you choose to do so?
Well, I have a few spare ones now, so we can if you think it helps.
We can
So-
maybe we can maybe tie one end to a rope and slowly lower it.
Or we can do that.
Okay.
I have 50 feet of rope.
That's good. You carefully lower a torch.
Mm.
With the perception check, I would say you have an idea of the depth. It's about 40 feet down, roughly. As you carefully lower this torch towards the water, you can see this water is rushing by. It might be milky, like the other water that you've encountered, or it might just be frothy because of the rapidity of its movement.
Okay.
It's like whitewater rapids down there. That said, it is causing this sort of churning on the surface. It looks like there's a tunnel that is nearly entirely filled by this movement of water. And that tunnel is what the well has tapped into to be able to provide water. So the bottom of the well has this surface of about like 4 or 5 inches that has sort of been upwelled from the flow through this tunnel itself, but most of it is just passing on away from the space.
The current seems to be picking up down there, but I'm not sure if it'll be helpful for us. It could be milky, but it could just be the water churning. Can't exactly tell from up here.
Yeah, it's like like this. And you're looking sort of down into it in this direction. So it's like flowing downhill, but that flow is upwelling slightly into this fairly deep well.
Okay.
Well, it's not safe to go down there.
No, I don't
Most
think so.
assuredly not.
Unless I was shark freed. But still probably not safe. Are these more glass panes up here?
No, those are open.
Okay.
Let's have a look then.
You find a relatively, by comparison to the others you've encountered, swift flow of milky water coming from the west and going east around this sort of slightly raised bank. And you notice from here you can see across to the oval room and the somewhat steep bank on that side leading up to the glass panes. But there's definitely a noticeable flow in this space by comparison to the tributaries. This seems to be flowing away from whatever this central lake is.
And is all this water milky?
All of this is, yes.
I say to Dunn, this water is giving me a bad vibe.
Yeah, me too.
I don't think we should get in it, or at least
No.
avoid.
No.
I would stay away from it. Milky water is not a good sign. Let's continue. I don't think there is anything more to discover in here.
No.
There are no tapestries or anything, carvings on the walls.
There are not,
Okay.
no. I'm gonna adjust your tokens to the to the moss room. There you go.
Shall we try the Other left door.
Yeah.
Give it a shake. A jiggle done in. This is unlocked.
Mm-hmm.
There is a ledge here with a small ladder on the northern edge of the ledge that goes down the roughly 8 or so feet to what appears to be another grove of mushrooms. Some of these are quite large, 8 feet in. The caps are almost 8 feet in diameter on the larger ones, and you see sprinkled all throughout all of the different various mushrooms you've previously encountered. When the group of you encountered Peg.
And are the
Peg had
visible
convinced the group of you that you had found her.
are there visible spores of them flowing in the air, or
There's
I
a
make
very
that up?
faint haze, very
Mhm.
low to the ground, about the bottom 6 inches or so. You gather that that is the mushrooms doing, but it's not so thick that it clouds the air. You do see beyond the mushrooms with your torch held high. The shores of what you presume at this point is the large lake.
Well, I'm not very keen on going down there and fall asleep. I don't know. What about you?
Maybe this is something Corin can go ahead and just poke around.
Yeah. Why not? Why the hell not?
Yeah, so you conjure Corin forward. I believe that costs you a spell slot at this point, correct?
I believe so, yes.
Because you've not taken a rest since the previous time. You conjure Corin forward though. Mark off any level spell slot. And she descends down the ladder into this low-level cling of spores and fungi as she sort of explores a little bit because she can't get more than 30 feet away from you. Nothing seems to attack the creature that has wandered into the midst here, but nothing else seems to affect Corin either. So
Okay. Well, she's small and delicate and can kind of navigate things pretty well. Corin's able to get through here without any harm. Do we want to try to go down?
How about one person goes down in case we need to get them out? I can
Okay.
Yeah.
I can go ahead.
I was gonna
I
say,
should-
why don't I
Or-
go down so I can continue to let Corin go ahead?
And I could probably tie a rope around you, and you can
Yeah.
at least go 50 feet.
Yeah, and then with Corin that'll be another 30, so we can go 80 feet either direction.
I think that's a good plan.
But we might shake some of these mushrooms with the rope, you know, because
Yeah.
it's gonna get
I'll be
strength.
careful. I'll be careful. I'll hold the rope up at head height so that it's not dragging along.
All right.
We can attach it to your helm. No, that wouldn't work. That wouldn't work. Never mind. Don't listen to me.
yeah. Okay. So you tether Helrast. So it takes you about 5 minutes to get a good harness on her, spending about 10 feet of the rope. And then you descend the 10 feet down and start poking around. Make me an acrobatics check, Helrast.
Okay.
Pretty good.
Now I roll okay.
Yeah, right. You're being extremely careful not to disturb any of these, and you intentionally took all of the slack of the rope, such that you can hold it in a coil with an open hand up above your head, So as additional slack is needed, as you move away from the ladder, it gets pulled off of your hand and then just sort of held midair from you to Dunnan. There's a slight curve in it, but you can start exploring the space a little bit. For what are you looking?
Anything of note?
Okay,
Another door.
Make me a perception check. This is since you don't have the freedom to truly like look everywhere through here because you need to be continuously cognizant of where you're stepping and where the rope is dragging. This is more just a visual scan of the space.
Okay.
On brand.
Yeah.
You do see a gap in the stone to the north of you, such that you presume the field probably continues outside of your range, say about to there. But beyond that, you are not sure. You do confirm the field does not continue to the south.
Okay.
It sort of curves back into the rock, and this sort of beachy area ends to the south. So the only egress from here would be north or back the way that you came.
Okay. So I'll relay that to everybody.
You don't have to shout in this space, but you do still have to have your voice raised to communicate it, but you are able to do so.
I just signal Hallie to come back, and we can go the other way. I don't trust this water or these mushrooms.
Okie doke.
Anything that feeds off this water,
Yeah.
Okay. During your exploration, Corbin does expire as well.
Yeah.
It's only 10 minutes.
I figured.
Yeah. Sorry, Hallie, I didn't realize it took a spell slot.
Oh, no, it's okay.
Yeah.
Somehow I haven't spent any spell slots, so I think as I was gone or something like that, full health and
Yeah, Siegfried is quickly running out, and
yes.
I'm all out of wild shapes.
No. Okay.
Yeah, I think we go the other way, and but Dunnan is. I got stuck in the door. Okay, there we go. Marcus is away AFK, but I think we'd go check out the other direction.
Yeah.
There's another door to the left up here. Are there any sort of markings on the wall, or is this area just still completely covered with moss?
Oh, pardon me one sec. No, once you leave the room with angled walls, there is no more moss. The moss is only in this space.
All right.
Let me group you back up. There we go. Okay. You have a door to the north and a door to the east. Oh, sorry, the west. Pardon me.
Okay. And these tunnels so far are just unmarked stone.
Yeah, unmarked stone. They're well made, but like there's no tapestries, there's no carvings, there's no writings of any sort upon them.
All right, Hallie, you want to open the door?
Sure. Should give it a shot. And drum roll. Does it open?
It opens.
Okay.
Entering into the space, you see open back shelves that you'd be able to, almost like bookcases, you'd be able to grab things from either side of them. Upon the shelves are hundreds of tiny-ish clay jars, ranging in size from a few inches in height and diameter to about 12 inches in height. More like a vase that's been stoppered. They all have rudimentary paintings or stainings upon the clay, and are intricately sort of carved or chiseled away prior to their firing, they are all coated in a thick layer of dust. And throughout the chamber, you see it could be 200 of these different types of jars.
I would, I imagine detect magic has gone down. I would like
It
to
has,
originally
yeah.
start casting again.
Okay.
So I will spend the next 10 minutes doing that.
Spend the next 10 minutes, certainly. Do you do anything while he's preparing that hell rest?
Yeah, I'll look into the jars, or I'll take a closer look at the jars.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look at see if there's any without a lid and see what's in it.
Yeah.
Maybe on a lower shelf.
Roll me a D100, both of you. Okay. Dunnan, you pick a sort of a squat, fat jar. It's about like 4 inches in height, maybe 5 inches in diameter. Although the opening of it is only about 3 inches in diameter at the top of it, so it looks like almost this ball of a jar. And you carefully remove the clay lid to it. There's a little bit of a sticking to it, but it is removable. And within are what appear to be dozens of teeth. Eloras, the jar that you select is a bit more slender. It looks like shaped like an Erlenheimer flask, and like wide at the bottom, triangular to a narrow neck. And you carefully remove this one as a cork stopper in it. And this sort of smell hits your nose from it. You can feel some liquid sloshing around inside this jar. Do you pour any of the liquid out?
Yeah,
Okay.
over kind of towards a corner where if it's noxious or anything, it's at least a little bit far away.
Okay.
So
Find a relatively innocuous spot and sort of drip out of this jar what appears to be this sort of black viscous goop. And it smells like rot. And some type of sort of like if you took a bouquet of flowers 100 times over and then concentrated these smells to the point that it's no longer pleasant, it's just sickly overpowering, that's present within this goop as well.
oh, okay.
Both of you can make me medicine checks.
I'm rolling so hot tonight.
Yeah. Dunnan, you recognize that they're teeth. Hellerast, you gather it's some type of fluid and there's some type of biology associated with it. It's not just like tar or mud or anything like that. There's something about it to give it this sort of rancid smell, but you're not sure what.
Something organic.
Yeah.
Okay. What has Sigrid found out in the 10 minutes we've been digging around?
He's finished casting detect magic. During this time, Sigrid, nothing registers to you within this chamber as magical.
Well, I think we need to check every one of these for clues. Or is there anything big enough to hold a crown? Does
I think this is some sort of storage, but for what? It's quite disturbing. A vat full of teeth. Siegfried would go and try and just randomly look at another one.
Sure, roll me a D100.
Are the jars labeled in any way? Or just plain jars?
What languages do you know?
Sorry,
Ellie knows.
What languages do you know?
I still don't get it. Sorry.
What languages do you know?
What language? Sorry, just Dwarfish and Common.
Oh yeah, no. Nothing you recognize, no.
Oh,
Nothing you
okay.
recognize to even be a language. Like, you can usually
Okay.
recognize, like, if something's written, even if you can't read it. Nothing even seems like a language upon this.
Okay. Okay.
No infernal.
No infernal either.
Orcish,
Siegfried,
I guess.
you grab sort of a mid-sized jar. It looks like almost like a water bottle sort of shape. Very uniform in its width until it sort of domes towards the top, with a 2-inch opening and a clay lid upon it. As you sort of lift the clay lid, it's like a rattling sound within it as you sort of shift it slightly. Do you dump it out?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Dumping it out, you find what appears to be a series of knuckle bones. You recognize knuckle bones. Helleras uses knuckle bones in her augury spells to cast and get some guidance from the kami. You can make me a medicine check as well.
Okay.
$13. You're not sure what creature these bones at one point belonged to. But there's about 17 of them at the moment.
I think this might be a room of spell components.
Yeah.
Or components to a ritual. Can I do an Arcana check to see if that might be the case?
Certainly.
Does it seem-
Yeah, make me an Arcana check.
I'm not good at them, but I will try.
Take a good long think. DC was 18, so you did succeed. Based on the degree of decomposition that you see even in these bones, and Helleras are inscribed with runes such that she can use them to cast and do readings. You gather these are not spell components. I mean, maybe they could function as some with the right amount of preparation of the various items, but these things are in decomposition at this point, like well and truly. I'd say with your passive as well. Like after you finish casting the spell, you also take note. Everything here is coated in dust. So if these were spell components at one point, they have since lost their usage to time.
Or perhaps it's part of some sort of burial process. I know certain communities, before they inter the body, they prepare it some way, so that's still very ominous. I don't know much what else we can find in this room. There are too many jars to go through in a day.
Ellie wants to go and just try to find one more jar that looks exactly the same shape as the one she had before and see what's in it.
Sure.
Just to see if it's all the same thing or if they hold wildly different stuff.
Make an investigation check
Oh, okay.
to find a jar that is exactly the same. Not a problem. You locate a couple others. You carefully remove the stoppers on one of them, the stopper on one of them, and you pour out. This one's a little bit more watery. This smells similar. You gather it likely has similar ingredients at one point, or is at a different stage of decomposition of organic material, but seems about the same.
Okay.
I I just shrug. I don't know.
I don't think there's more to find in this room. It's just a collection of jars with different stuff inside.
Yeah.
Maybe is there a hidden door again somewhere? Is this floor, I don't know, arrangement here intentional? Or does it look like there has been something that was moved?
It does not. It looks like this room
Okay.
has been undisturbed for
Okay.
a number of decades.
Okay. I guess it's just a storage room for jars.
Weird jars.
Full of teeth.
Mm. And goop.
Knuckle bones.
What about the end of this hallway?
We have not looked there yet, and according to the moss, I think that's the direction the people that passed through here would have gone.
Yeah.
Unless they would have gone into the water.
Why would they do that?
Why
Or through the
indeed?
room?
The water, the well, or this doorway. Or something we'd missed.
Okay, well, let's try this door.
It opens. The room ahead of you is quite cold. You all feel the hairs of your body stand on end as you sort of push into this space. Off to the west, catty corner to where you just entered, is another door. Off to the east is a massive and beautiful, let me double check, tapestry depicting a tall woman in a mantle of raven feathers presiding over what appears to be a funeral service. She is, based on the evidence you found so far throughout this area, seems to be the Raven Queen. If nothing else denoted by the blemish and destruction upon the face of the individual.
Do I sense anything from the tapestry with detect magic?
You do not.
Helly's going to reflexively turn towards the tapestry and kneel in respect and somewhat reverence, just in case there is some sort of sentient presence that we can't detect of her.
Sure. Make just a religion check.
Okay.
Yeah, you offer a sincere demonstration of kindness to the space. Nothing seems to happen as you do so, but you feel better about yourself.
Is the is the tapestry completely fastened to the wall, or can you peek?
It's hanging at the top. You can peek behind it if you would like.
Yeah, I would to see if there's anything on the reverse
Oh.
side.
It's a gold dragon. No, there's nothing. You find a wall.
Okay.
Mhm.
No,
Nothing
no
emerges.
No, the tapestry is the mimic. No, the tapestry.
Well,
Tapestry does not decide to eat you here, though. No, you find just a plain wall behind it.
I don't have much evidence, but I would say that this place is a morgue of sorts. A place to have funerary rites. It would make sense. Do we know that the Mistress of Ravens is like a goddess of death, or I can't remember because I'm trying hard to keep.
No.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm like.
Other than things that you have interacted here so far,
Yeah.
I would say make a religion check to sort of put a few things together in your own mind.
Yeah, because out of character, I know of the Raven Queen, but it I can't remember what Cjbeards knows and I know. Let me see.
Make a religion check. Yeah.
There we go.
Siegfried would garner that there's at least some connection between death and this matron. You're not sure if it is what type of role that is, but based on the imagery that you have seen thus far, with the one exception of the room that where you actually got attacked by specters when touching the tapestries, most edifices of this individual seem to be involved in some degree, something to do with death. So you understand there's some connection there. You're not sure what that connection is.
And based on my memory of what we've seen of the Mistress of Ravens, has her face been defaced on every single instance?
Correct.
Okay. So at one point, this Mistress of Ravens had something to do with death and the process of funerary rites in this area. But then she must have fallen out of favor at some point for them to have defaced everything down here. I don't know what that means, though.
Maybe some believers of the, I don't know, competitor god, if there are any, or kami.
I mean, death is natural. Life requires death to happen, but there are many people in our world that choose to avoid it as much as possible.
There are even some that want to trick it.
Exactly. So it makes sense why someone so connected to death would fall out of favor. But I guess the real reason is why an entire group of people would hate death so much, you know?
Maybe we find out once we've gathered all the 4 things from her. Yeah. Maybe it reveals something. Something we're missing right now.
I believe it will.
Oh, let's venture forth, right?
Yep.
Here we go.
Is this a big old coffin?
All right. The three of you enter. Let me grab the description for this space. In the center is a carved, large sarcophagus. It gives you flashbacks of that frost giant form that you impacted before. And this room is even colder than the previous room as you enter. Siegfried, you don't seem particularly perturbed by the cold, though. You notice it, but it's not biting to you. It's just, oh, it's cold. Okay. As the three of you enter this chamber, off to the south, what appear to be reliefs on the wall sort of crack and crumble. And striding out of them come 3 forms. I need the group of you to roll into initiative, please.
Ah, shit.
Nice. Here we go.
Yay. About time.
Oh no, I'm going first. Oh god.
Okay. Descending. Okay. Does anyone have anything that prevents them from being surprised?
Nope.
I don't think so.
Yet.
Those 2 characters are not with us today.
Mighty unfortunate. So the group of you do all have the surprise condition. As we go through the round, The condition ends on each of your turns, so by the time that these enemies go, you do also have your reactions back to you. And that starts us with these creatures. As they sort of stride out, and all of you are sort of caught unawares from them, you get your wits about you. These individuals are tall, about 10 to 12 feet, roughly, and covered in these garments, this opulent set of jewelry that is dressed upon their wrappings. It's like someone mummified these individuals and then got them ready for the world's best party, where the only dress code was wear jewelry. As they sort of stride forward, the one immediately next to you, Siegfried, is going to reach out and try to grab onto with its fist. Does a 12 hit you?
I don't think it does.
Okay.
Let me double check. No, my AC is 19 right now.
Okay. Sounds good. So it sort of grabs on you and twists you around, but you manage to break the grip of it. As you break the grip, you sort of stare up into this thing's face for a moment. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Okay.
You feel this fear try to take hold of you, and you steal your resolve. You resist the effect.
Cool.
All right. The one in the middle sort of steps over this large sarcophagus into this space and goes after Helarast. It is going to do the same series of things. An 8 is not enough to hit you, Helarast.
Hell no.
And then it is going to likewise sort of bear down upon you, and I need a wisdom saving throw, please.
Okay. Wisdom save, sorry. There we go.
Ooh. You feel this sort of fear take hold. Dunnan, what's the range of your aura? Is it 10 feet?
10 feet.
What's your bonus?
+4.
+4. Okay. You feel this fear take hold for a moment, and you sort of wide-eyed glance around at your companions, seeing if they're likewise affected. And Dunnan sort of his presence steals your nerves for a moment, and you barely succeed. You are unaffected.
Sweet.
The third one closes in on you, Dunnan, to this space here, and is going to attempt to grab onto you. Does a 16 hit you at the moment? You do not have your shield up, right? Because you have a torch.
No, just the torch now, yeah.
The 16 hit, though.
Yes, without the shield.
You take 12 points of bludgeoning damage and 13 points of necrotic damage. I need a Constitution saving throw, please.
Is the bludgeoning damage magical?
It is not. So you take 9 and 13, 22 total.
Math, 71 points. So, and a Constitution saving throw.
Correct.
Yes, dear sir.
You're fine.
Hey.
You've seen what these things can do, the wound that was left on you by the previous one, and you
Oh
feel
boy.
yourself unresistant. It then will bear down upon you with its force of will. I need a wisdom save to finish up.
Yes. Don't let it hit you.
You have a +10, jeez.
Yes.
Yeah,
Paladins,
easily enough you
man.
resist the effect. That brings
Not
us
again.
to Siegfried, top of the round.
Okay, I am going to... I want to run, but I don't want to leave them behind.
Thanks.
Let me see, what can I do? I'm looking at the staff of thunder and lightning right now. I'm looking at a spell. So with the bonus action, I'm going to cast Guardian of Nature,
Okay.
and I'm going to go into Primal Beast form.
Primal Beast. Okay.
So walking speed increased by 10 feet, dark vision up to 120 feet. You make strength-based attack rolls with advantage, and
deal
your
extra
melee
1d6.
weapon.
Yep.
Yep.
Sweet.
And then I'm gonna get my staff out, and I'm going to try and hit the one down here.
Is it that south? Go for it. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna activate one of the abilities. I'm just reading. I'm gonna use Thunder and Lightning.
Okay. Combo. Go for it.
Yeah. So advantage.
Yeah. Make your
Strength.
advantage attack to start with.
Yeah.
17 does hit. So, is that so roll an additional 1d6.
Yeah.
So we're looking at 17 points of damage to start with. And then drop the abilities for the staff in the chat. So Thunder and Lightning, you can use Lightning Strike and Thunderclap properties at the same time, so it eats that. Lightning Strike, ball of lightning, 120 feet long, so it has to make a Dex save, DC 15. Gets a 16, despite the fact that it is not very nimble. Does take half damage, I believe. Yeah, so go ahead and roll me 66 lightning damage. It'll take half of that. So it'll take 12 points of lightning as you sort of blast this energy into the wall. And then Thunderclap. Each creature within 60 feet of you, not including you. Okay, I need Dunnan and Hellerast to also make con saves. And all three of the mummies do. And then roll me the 2d6, please.
Oh no, done it.
He can't hear you.
I thought he could make it.
Okay, so Hellerast, you take 5 points of damage. Dunnan takes 10. Not you, Hellerast. I didn't need 2d6 from you.
Oh, you don't need them? Okay.
No, Siegfried needed to roll it because that's the damage for the Thunderclap.
Oh, okay.
So, Hellerast, you take 5 points of thunder damage. Dunnan takes 10 points of thunder damage. The mummy to the south of you takes 5. The other two, let's see, to the east. The one to the north takes full damage from the thunderclap, and is also deafened. So Dunnan and the one of the up top, they just had a bad reverb on where that sort of bounced around the room.
I'm like, sorry, Dunnan. And then,
he can't hear you.
What?
what?
There's this crack of thunder, this flash of light, and Dunnan, just the whole world's quiet.
And I'm just gonna stay where I am. I have to double check any other benefits I have from the beast form. I don't get temp hit points like the tree, I think. Yep. So yeah, that is my turn.
All right, wonderful. That brings us to Dunnan.
Well, he just shakes his head a little bit to regain his senses. He hears nothing, but sees the mummies in front of him. So he's gonna attack that one in front of him. A big bash from the basher.
Alrighty. Yeah, go for it. 19 definitely hits. These things are not difficult to hit. What level smite are you doing?
Level 2.
Level 2. All right, so that's 3d8. It is undead, so it's 4d8. Wonderful. So we have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 25, 36 points of damage to the one on the top. That is definitely.
Yeah.
All right. A
Definitely
brutal hit. This thing looks terrible immediately. All right. 7, 2, 5. Yep. 12 more points. Any
Still
extra on
standing?
there, or are you good?
Yeah, no, I'm putting at level 1.
Level 1
Because
on
I
top of
think
that one. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a 3d8. 16. With that second hit, these two flashes of light sort of echo the. You had an echo of sound. This is now the echo of the light of that lightning shot. And as it reverberates through the space, this mummy is completely turned to ash.
And as I step back, I just say and probably shout way too loud because I can't hear anything. I killed one! And that's it.
I give him a thumbs up back and a weird, an awkward smile.
I just point to my ear and say that, what?
Yeah. You didn't even hear yourself say that you killed one.
Yeah.
So your first indication, you probably something's going on. So you come around to Hellerest.
Okay. She's gonna have her hurley in her right hand, and then she's going to activate the Tempest Griffin bracers.
Ooh, nice. Okay. So it's up to 3 different creatures that you can see within range. So you can make an attack on each of them. So go ahead and make a melee attack with the hurley against both of these individuals. 23 on the first, 19 both hit. So
Nice.
9 points to one of them, 13 points to the other, and you can teleport to any space within 5 feet of one of these targets.
Okay. Gonna end up to the right of, or to the west of Dunnan.
Okay.
And maybe put this one here in the center in a flanked position.
Okay. So you would end up there, and you have it flanked with Siegfried at that point.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Solid. All right. So that's your action. Do you do anything with your bonus?
I'll pull Corin just in case.
All right. Sounds good. Go ahead and pull Corin onto the map. I got it. Just adjust her hit points as necessary. And that'll then bring us to these creatures. One is still going after you, Siegfried. The one in the south. You are now immune to its glare ability, but a 23 does hit you.
Yep, that does hit.
7 points of bludgeoning and 10 points of necrotic, so 17 total. Con save for your spell, please.
Yep, so 2 con saves basically.
You get a +4 because I moved in range.
Yeah, so your DC is 10 to start with for concentration. You're fine.
So I'm not advantaged, sorry.
Yeah. And then a second save, you are unaffected by the rot of this thing.
Oh, sorry. I also 17 points. I'm gonna add it back just for a second. I wanted to Stone's Endurance.
Certainly. Yeah, sure. Okay.
Let me do that before I adjust my hit points.
And the second one, seeing this flash of light and Dunnan yelling to try to communicate to his team.
I take 12 points.
12 points.
Can I use my reaction because of Sentinel to attack it?
It was the one to the south that attacked Siegfried.
Oh, the south. Okay.
Yeah, the other one's going after you because you're within range of it.
Me.
23 to hit you, Dunnan.
Yes. And
They don't have a huge bonus. I'm just rolling well. 10 points reduced to 7 for the bludgeoning, and then 8, so 15 total. And then a con save.
It's gonna happen. I know it. Again.
27. You're fine. You're fine. That then brings
You're
us...
not getting me a second time.
That brings us to Siegfried, top of the round.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep swinging with the staff. This time, no thunder, but I'm going to use the lightning ability.
Okay.
Because
So
I used thunder and lightning before, and that was an individual action.
yeah.
So I'm just
Correct.
using.
Yeah. So
I'm just
this
using
is
lightning.
it's a regular quarterstaff. When you hit with a melee attack, you can cause the yeah. Got it. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm just only using just lightning this time.
Okay, just the lightning, not lightning strike.
Yeah, just not lightning strike, just lightning.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Let's take an extra 1d6 lightning. Awesome.
Yep.
All right,
And
go for the attack roll.
It's taking the extra force damage from beast form and extra lightning. Okay.
Yep, go for the attack roll. Where are you getting the 1d8 bonus damage of this though?
Where am I?
Make your attack roll.
Okay.
That 8. Where's that 8 coming from? Oh, you do hit.
I have no idea.
Okay.
Because I think you set this up for me. It has an extra D8 for some reason. Should I take it off?
Yeah, I don't believe it has an extra d8.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. But like there, you do get a d6 on here for the lightning, and then you get a second d6 for the force. So roll 2d6 on top of the 5.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what the 8 is. That's versatile. That's if you're using it two-handed. That's
yeah, I'm not using it two-handed because I have a shield right now.
So 5, 9 points. Can you edit that? And for the damage type underneath the D8, put two-handed
Versatile.
or two-hand or something like that. Something so we know what it is as opposed to just a random 8.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So that way we didn't have to have two separate attack values based on everything. All right. So you do not have extra attack because you're a druid, so you get the 9 points in. Anything with your bonus action.
With my bonus action, I am going to try and heal Dunnan a little bit.
Sure.
I'm gonna healing word him at a level 3.
Level 3.
This time I should be healed.
What?
This time I should be healed, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No rot on me.
12 points. Dunnan, as the healing starts to affect you, you benefit from it.
Jerk.
Why, did you think they were going to steal the healing also, like the last one?
The mummy heals itself.
The one that you turned to ash comes back!
Oh, man.
Alright, that brings us to your turn, Dunnan. Yeah, one directly south of you.
I put a thumbs up back to secret because I still only hear ringing in my head, in my ear.
Ooh. Hold on. That is correct.
Oh, I can't hear you.
Yeah.
Man.
You see with the
I
range regains
screwed
hit points.
myself.
That's a tough call. Healing word that you can see within range.
You are the DM. It's your call.
Yeah. I don't know. That's a really tough call because it's a verbal component. Now I'll say you get the healing for this one. I'll think on that one for the future, but you get the healing for now.
Yeah. It would make sense if you ruled it that way, but I just didn't think of it when I cast it.
Yeah, no, that's very interesting. Okay. I think if I rule that way in the future, I'll adjust healing word to a creature that of your choice that can hear you within range. Continue though, Dunnan.
Alright, I struck the one to the south.
Oh, alright, wonderful. 22. Yeah, hits. 15, 17 points of damage.
I think,
and a level 1 smite.
Yeah.
Flash of light ricochets throughout the room, bouncing off of surfaces, illuminating, making flat, shadowless features for a brief moment. It is still standing.
Second attack. Hit it.
19, yeah. 19 also hits. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Anything extra in there? Or just sticking with the 11.
Oh no, I wanna finish it off.
Okay.
Oh man, that's Paladin life, just burning through spell slots.
It's your call.
Yeah.
Okay. 13 on top of that. That will definitely finish it off.
Yeah.
Second massive form turns to ash in this blinding flash of light. You have movement and a bonus remaining.
Yeah, then I jump over the sarcophagus.
Yep. Easy.
Look, I can't move my token. What? I want to move it down.
There you go. Then you got caught in the wall.
Up to here, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think this creature's too large for me to push it down with my shield, so I'm just gonna insult it.
Okay.
Your cousin in the other room hit way harder. So that's it.
He did.
You don't have your shield out right now, anyways, right?
I do. It's a free action.
Yeah, he dropped
Oh,
his
okay.
torch. His torch is gone.
Okay.
So that brings us to Hellerest.
Ellie is going to send Corin in with
Yeah.
Spirit Strike.
Go for it. 11 just hits, actually.
Nice.
How does Corin want to do this? It has 6 hit points left.
She's just going to jump on his head and squash somehow.
Okay. As Corin sort of jumps up and just there's this bevy of leg-like claws just tearing into this, leaving tatters and nothing else remaining. That's gonna take the group of you out of initiative, and we'll pick up at that moment next session.
All right. Cool.
Good.
Corin in for the kill.
I was so worried some of us would get that weird ass mummy disease.
Yeah.
Last thing we
What?
wanted. I was like, oh
Never
god.
give you guys mummy rot twice in the same dungeon.
Oh my god.
Corin lives
Totally
to
believe
fight
it.
more.
Didn't Quinn almost die from mummy rot too?
Brief. No, you got yours solved fairly quickly, I think.
Can't
Okay.
remember.
Dunnan had mummy rot already in this dungeon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. 10 was able to heal it. 10 needs to long rest before Dunnan
Yeah,
can
I
get
mean,
it healed again.
Siegfried desperately needs a long rest right now. He's
Yeah.
down to so few spells, and I mean, it's also like we've been going for more, like pushing 8 hours now, I think, of exploring.
Since you've dealt with the hags, yes,
Yeah,
because you made a deal
yeah.
with the hags, you rested, and then you've been exploring since then, which has been a bit of a
And
day.
escorted Fizz out.
Yeah,
It took some time.
Yeah, exactly. So, been a bit of a day, but we'll pick up there next session. Everybody.
At least it didn't end on a rough day with some
Yeah.
mummy rot.
Yeah. I don't know.
Guys,
Yeah, it
have
was.
a
So you're
good
saying
week.
it wasn't a rotten ending?
No.
Um,
Ah!
next weekend,
And I'm
I'm going